Hi folks, my name is Stephen Dooley and I'm going to discuss the benefits of the buyout bond, or BOB, or otherwise known as a PRB, and why it's prudent to look at this product now on the back of the IORPS2 legislation and the government's pension review. The government roadmap of pensions reform 2018 to 2023 allocated a number of actions to the interdepartmental governmental group for consideration, and these relate to three general areas. Proposals aimed at simplifying and harmonising the pension landscape, which in effect are Pillar 2 and 3 of pension provision, which will be reviewed shortly. Secondly, the assessment of the cost of state support for pension savings. And thirdly, a review of the approved retirement fund, the ARP. Having reflected on these issues, the government's working group has provided the following conclusions that sets out the presumed future vision for pension saving in Ireland. First pillar, state pension will provide 34% of average earnings. The second pillar group, covering authorised occupational pension schemes that meet an adequate standard and a new automatic enrolment system. And the third pillar, comprising a single personal pension product. As we know, there are many inherited rules restricting movement of pension funds from one product to another. And the following are just some of the identified areas that need to be removed or amended before the PRSA could potentially become the sole personal supplementary pension product. PRSA should facilitate transfers from BOBs. The provision in the TCA, the Tax Consolidations Act, banning the transfers to PRSAs for scheme members with more than 15 years qualifying service has to be removed. Direct transfers between existing RACs or personal pensions to occupational pension schemes should be provided for. And then the ring fencing of lump sum benefits within a PRSA to allow for a salary and service based lump sum for the portion of assets related to a transfer in from an occupational scheme should be provided for. And then the Pensions Authority needs to reconsider the requirements in relation to the provision of certs of benefit comparison, in particular in relation to the transfers to PRSAs from DC arrangements. The upper limit will have to be looked at of normal retirement age moving from 70 to 75. And then the mandatory requirement to purchase an annuity having taken a lump sum based on the salary and service route should be abolished. The ARF option should also be available under PRSA to the DC element of pension savings where an individual had both DB and DC entitlements from the same employer. The differential treatment of the PRSA for funding purposes should be abolished. Employer contributions to PRSA shouldn't be subject to benefit in kind. There are a lot of changes required in legislation and Tax Consolidations Act to fully harmonise the pensions landscape, but these recommendations are well underway, and there's actually a feeling that some changes may be afoot as early as this year's budget in October. So, taking account of this, and the fact that a major piece of legislation such as IORPS2 was implemented this year, which restricted the investment by occupational pension schemes in unregulated investments such as property, it's timely to look at the buyout bond now and how it can provide solutions in a very cost-effective manner for your clients. What is a BOB, and what are the benefits of a BOB? A buyout bond, also known as a personal retirement bond, is an individual pension bond established in your name. You can transfer your pension benefits into the bond if you leave a company pension scheme or if your company pension scheme is shut down. It is formally established by the trustees of your existing pension scheme. Its aim is to put you in control of your pension benefits. The value of your pension benefits at the date you leave your current pension scheme will be transferred into the buyout bond. You can access it in the same way when you decide to retire. ITC's BOB allows you to invest in Irish and UK residential and commercial property, funds, stocks and structured products. It also allows you to borrow to purchase a property in Ireland. The buyout bond enables you to take control of your existing employment-related pension benefits and invest them in order to make them work for you. It's not unusual for people to change employment many times during their career, and a buyout bond provides a vehicle for you to manage your previous pension benefits and invest them in a way that suits your needs. A major advantage of the BOB is that the death benefit is the full value of the scheme. unlike the maximum 4 times salary in the occupational pension scheme that the funds transferred from. One caveat though is that the client cannot be a member of another pension scheme related to the same employment. So under most circumstances, the transfer to a Bob becomes a preserved benefit, which can be very astute estate planning. A major benefit of the Bob is that because of the implementation of IORPS 2, one can also invest and borrow to invest in unregulated investments such as property, a topic which we covered in our previous IORP 2 webinar. If you currently have an occupational pension and wish to buy property, you can wind up your occupational pension and transfer the benefits to a Bob to facilitate this. You can then set up a new occupational pension to fund future contributions. If you don't establish a new occupational pension, you'll have the additional benefit of your funds now being preserved in the Bob. ITC provide our clients and their advisors with 24-hour access to their pension schemes through our online client portal and the ITC Nexus broker portal. It allows clients and advisors to view live bank account balances, including transactions, annual reports and scheme details. So before it's too late, is now the right time to look at the benefits of the Bob? And the key benefits I discussed were having personal ownership, having access to a mechanism that can make the benefits preserved, and having the ability to invest in unregulated investments such as property. We would hope that if the Bob is phased out in the future, that similar to the existing SASs following IORPS 2, existing Bobs wouldn't be affected, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this video has maybe shone some light on why it might be timely to look at the Bob as a solution for your clients. If you require any further information, please speak to your financial advisor or contact us on the details shown on the screen. Thank you.